Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So in this video we shall actually solve some problems. So in the last two videos we discussed only about concepts, and now in this video we shall look at some problems. And just to remind this, the problems that we are discussing right now and we shall discuss now also will be of the basic level, fine, because the stuff itself is basic. We are actually in the fundamentals, so it's pretty difficult for me to find something hard or something difficult that can be that could be indulged in this. So yeah, so please don't try to go to advanced problems or something like that. First duty is to clear the basics, clear the basic stuff, and then we need to actually go to the advanced level. So that's the main reason that I'm focusing upon now. And so for that reason we need to actually solve the basic problems, fine, the basic conventional problems, and so that will not be left with any doubt. And we must also take care about the conventions that we are actually using while solving problems. All this matters while when you go into the advanced levels of linear algebra. So yeah, so today we shall discuss some problems, and the very first question is calculate the dot product of UV and UW and U of VW, V plus W, fine, and W of V, where U is minus 0.6, 0.8, V is 4.3, and W is 1.2, fine. So these are the things, that vectors that are given to us. Now we need to find the value of U and V. So that is minus 0.6, 0.8, and this is 4.3. So it's a same thing that we do in the basic geometry. What we do is we just multiply the I components and multiply the j components. Even if you multiply I and j component, the result will be 0, isn't it? We know that because they are perpendicular vectors, and if they are perpendicular, the cos of 90 is 0. So that is the reason the dot product would be 0, like the dot product of I component and the j component of two vectors. So the same thing applies here. So we shall multiply this with this and this with this, fine. So this becomes minus 0.6 into 4 plus 0.8 into 3. So that is minus 2.4 plus 2.4, and this is actually 0. So that means these two vectors are perpendicular. So it's not asked to us, to be honest. We just need to find the dot product, that's it. And the second one is U and W. U and W is minus 0.6, 0.8, and what is W? 1 and 2. So it is the same procedure again, minus 0.6 into 1 plus 0.8 into 2. So that becomes minus 0.6 plus 1.6. So it is actually 1. And the next part, U of V plus W, fine. U, the dot product of V plus W and U. So U is minus 0.6, 0.8, and W is, sorry, V plus W is, you just need to add the components, I component and the I component, j component and the j component. So this becomes 5, and this is 5 again. So this is basically minus 0.6 into 5 plus 0.8 into 5. So that is minus 3 plus 4. So it's actually again 1. And the next part is and the next part is W into V. So that, sorry, the dot product of W and V. So what is W vector? It's 1 and 2, and V vector is 4 and 3. So again the same thing. So 4 into 1 plus 2 into 3, that is 6. So that's 11. So that's it. So 4 into 1. Okay, fine. So yeah, this is a mystery from my side. 4 into 1 is 4, not 5. Fine. So 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. I am pretty sure now people would have laughed at me if I just if I just left this here. So yeah, coming to the second problem. So this is all about the first problem. So this is how you do it. Very basic stuff. Just the difference is the way we represent them and the way we actually look at them. Fine, that's all the differences. There's nothing much difference in this. And coming to the second question, find unit vectors u1 and u2 in the direction of v is equal to 1, 3 and w is equal to 2, 1, 2, and also find unit vectors k1 and k2 that are perpendicular to u1 and u2. So this is the question that is given to us. So I already told this, I've already stressed it a lot of times on this point. Like if you actually need to find the unit vectors, you just need to divide the vector by its magnitude. That's it. Then you'll be resulting upon a unit vector. So these are the vectors given to us. That is v vector is 1 I cap plus 3 j cap, and w vector is 2 I cap plus j cap plus 2 j cap. Fine. So if I wanted to find the unit vector in this direction, so people say you need to divide by direction cosines or something like that. Please don't mind all those language. Fine. So it's all about your understanding. The way you understand the concept matters. So it's 1 I cap plus 3 j cap. Fine. So you can just represent this vector in this way. So this is 1, 3. So this is 1 I cap plus 3 j cap. And now you can actually, this is the theta, right? This is the theta. Now this is a vector, and we know this distance is not it's not 1. Fine, it's not 1. So it's root over 10. So for this purpose, because the length is root 10, and we actually need the length to be 1. So just divide this by root 10. That's it. This is how you need to understand. So if you divide by root 10, the vector is in the same direction. It's because we are not tilting this vector, we are not rotating this vector or something like that. We are just reducing the length to our required factor, because we want a unit vector. So we must divide this length, root 10 divided by root 10. Root 10 is the magnitude, is the distance. So we must divide by root 10 so that we will get a unit vector, that too in the same direction. We are not changing the direction. So the vector, unit vector would be, and that is u1 here, u1 vector would be I cap plus 3 j cap divided by root 10. So this is how you need to understand. And coming to the second point, 2 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 j cap. It's again the same thing. So this is u2 cap. So this is 2 I cap plus j cap plus 2 j cap divided by the magnitude, that is root over 4 plus 4 plus 1. So that is 3. So this is an unit vector. And we have come to these conclusions. Now the second thing is, find unit vectors k1 and k2 that are perpendicular to u1 and u2. Fine. So how do we deal this? Is the very first step for the 2D cases, because I can represent like u1 vector as I cap into 1 by root 10 plus j cap into 3 by root 10. Isn't it? This is how I can represent. And this, if I take it in this way, this part, so, and this distance, fine, and if this is r, so we know this is r is equal to 1 in this case. So, and this is theta, so this distance is r cos theta. So the easy way of actually dealing this is what I'm explaining here, and this is r sin theta. So the x coordinate can be represented as r cos theta. So r cos theta is equal to 1 by root 10, and r sin theta is actually equal to 3 by root 10. Fine. So r is equal to 1 by root 10 cos theta and 3 by root 10 sin theta. Fine. Now the perpendicular vectors, in the sense the angle, so this would be the perpendicular vector. Fine, this would be the perpendicular vector, and the angle between them is 90. So if it's originally this is A and this is O, and the angle between OA and the x-axis is theta, now the angle between OA dash and with the x-axis would be 90 plus theta, isn't it? So in place of theta, we just need to substitute 90 plus theta. So if that is the case, we get 1 by root 10 sine theta and minus in the numerator, comma 2 by root 10 cos theta. Fine. And this is r dash. Let us assume this as r dash. So we get r dash cos theta is equal to 2 by root 10 and r dash sin theta is equal to minus 1 by root 10. So because any point can be represented as r dash cos theta comma r dash sin theta, so the new coordinate would be 2 by root 10 comma minus 1 by root 10. Fine. This is minus 1. Please don't confuse. I'm sorry for the bad handwriting. So this is minus 1 by root 10. Got my point? So the thing is, the have we done? Yeah. So this is 2 actually become 3. So this is 3. This is 3. Fine. So sorry for all these mistakes. So yeah. So the point is, so if u1 vector is I cap into 1 by root 10 plus j cap into root 3 by root 10. So this is k1. So k1 vector would be 3 by root 10 I cap minus 1 by root 10 j cap. That's it. So this is how you need to do it. This is how you need to find the vector which is perpendicular to it. And coming to the second one. So in the second vector, we have the vector to be w bar is equal to 2i cap plus j cap plus 2k cap. Fine. So in this case, to find the perpendicular vector to this, let us assume a vector k2 vector is what that has been given to us, and k2 vector to be xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap divided by root over x square plus y square plus z square. Fine. This is the vector that we are taking, and because it must be a unit vector because that is what they have asked in the question. So now, so this vector must be perpendicular to that. So how do we approach this? Let us first understand how does this vector actually look. So if this is a Cartesian plane that we are taking, and we shall so this is what it is given to us. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis. Fine. And the vector given is 2i cap plus j cap plus 2k cap. So let us represent this. This as the required point 2 comma 1 comma 2. Fine. 2 comma 1 comma 2. And this is the vector joining this. And let us represent this as a and this as o. So we can see this is the vector. This is the required vector. Like this is the w vector. And we can actually see that the plane, this plane is actually perpendicular to the OA vector, isn't it? This is actually perpendicular to the OA vector. This can be extended, and we can even find a circle full of unit vectors here, isn't it? A circle full of unit vectors here. So this is how it works. Like the thing is, it's not just one vector that we can actually get. We can get infinite number of vectors which is actually perpendicular to the given vector, that is w bar. So how do we do it is, so if we assume this as the vector k2 vector, now because these two are perpendicular, we can say w2 bar the dot product will be 0 k2 and this is not w2, there is nothing like w2 here as of now. So w and k2, so that means 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 0, and whatever may be the values of x, y, z that will satisfy in this condition will give you the required vector. For example, if I take z is equal to 0, I would get 2x plus y is equal to 0. And now if I take the value of x to be minus 1, then the y value could be 2. If I take the value of x to be 2, then the y value could be minus 4. If I take the value of x to be minus 3, then the value of y to be 6. So this is how it works. So fine. So if that is the case, so the vector that can be formed is minus 1 comma 2 comma 0, 2 comma minus 4 comma 0, 3 comma 6 comma 0. And if you put z is equal to 1, the required values of x and y can be found in that way. So there are infinite number of vectors which can be formed, which can be actually like are the perpendicular vectors of w bar. So this is how you do it. And coming to the next question. In the third question, given that u is equal to 1 comma 1 comma 1 and been stated that it is this vector is perpendicular to v and w. So if that is the case, then is it necessary that is it necessarily true that v vector is parallel to W vector? Fine. So this is the question. So it's an easy one, to be honest. We can actually figure it out very easily. So the thing is, let us take any example. So u is equal to 1 comma 1 comma 1, right? So let us exempt this example basically. Let us take any other example, very easy example. So this is I cap, this is j cap, and this is minus I cap. Fine. J cap is actually perpendicular to, let us like we can assume this as some vector a bar, this as b bar, this as c bar. Fine. So a bar is actually perpendicular to I vector, is also perpendicular to minus I vector. Fine. So these are two vectors, and this is the point they're actually meeting, like I vector and minus I vector. So this is the origin that I'm taking. So if this is the case, we can see that a vector is actually perpendicular to b vector as well as c vector, isn't it? A vector is perpendicular to b vector, c vector. But that doesn't mean that b vector and c vector are parallel. They are not parallel. They're actually touching at one point. They're actually originating from one point. Fine. As a race, they're originating. So these are not parallel. B vector and c vector are not parallel. So it's not necessarily true that they will be parallel. Fine. It could be anything. So this is the first question. Like third question is a like question with three parts. So this is A part, and coming to the B part. So it says that if u, the same thing, if u is perpendicular to V and W, then u will be perpendicular to V plus let me write this perfectly, will be perpendicular to V bar plus 2W bar. Fine. So the thing is, u vector is actually perpendicular to V vector and W vector. So that means u vector into V vector is equal to 0. Like the dot product of u vector and V vector is 0, and the dot product of u vector and W vector is 0. So using the same thing, if this is the case, then u vector and V vector plus 2W vector is actually equal to u vector dot V vector plus 2 times u vector dot V vector W vector. So this is 0, this is 0, and this is 0. So that means, so I forgot to write this in writing, just so sorry about this. So this is the thing, that is like u vector will be perpendicular to both like V vector plus 2W vector also. So coming to the third question, we have the third question as like the C part of the third question. If u vector and p vector are perpendicular and are unit vectors then find the value of, like I mean to say, they have given this in this question itself, then the value of magnitude of u vector minus v vector is equal to root 2. Fine, this is what they have given. So how should we proceed first? This is actually, we know that magnitude of u vector minus v vector whole square is equal to u vector minus v vector of u vector minus v vector, isn't it? We know this, right? That the dot product of a vector with itself will actually give the square of the magnitude of that vector. So u vector of u vector square. So it's better, it doesn't have any significance meaning, so it's better we write this dot product of u vector and u vector minus u vector of v vector minus v vector of u vector plus v vector of v vector. And we know, as it's given, that they are perpendicular. Fine. So dot product of u vector and v vector will be equal to 0. So this is 0, this is 0, and this u vector into u vector, because they are unit vectors, so this will actually give the value to be 1, and this is also 1. So totally it is 2. So the magnitude of u vector minus v vector will be equal to root. So this is the final answer for this part. And then going to the fourth question. Is there any space left? No. Yeah. So coming to the fourth question. So we'll follow this policy, like we shall use yellow for question and white for solution. So it says that the v vector given to us as 1 comma 1 and W vector as 1 comma 5. So we must choose C such that find C such that V vector is perpendicular to W vector minus CV vector. Fine. So this is a question. V vector and W vector minus CV vector must be perpendicular. So for this to happen, so we can just directly have the dot product to be 0. So V vector of W vector minus CV vector. Fine. So it's 1 comma 1 dot 1 comma 5 minus C times 1 comma 1. So this must be equal to 0, this must be equal to 0, and that is this dot product will actually give the answer as 6, and this dot product will actually give the answer as 2. So the value of C is 3. So to generalize this, we can do as V vector dot product of V vector and W vector minus C times dot product of V vector, which is equal to 0. So C will be equal to dot product of V vector of W vector divided by the magnitude square, the square of the magnitude of V vector. That's it. So this is like the generalized formula. That's it. So these are all easy questions, to be honest, just to make sure like we are practicing them and we don't stuck in any of these basic concepts. We are actually solving these things, the basic things. So coming to the next problem, it has been given to us that a vector A vector has 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1, and they've asked us to find all the they asked us to find any vector perpendicular to A vector. Fine. So as already discussed in the previous question, one of the previous question, so I cannot draw the A vector, to be honest. It's too difficult for me. And so any vector perpendicular to A vector, like there are infinite number of vectors. Fine. There will be infinite number of vectors which are perpendicular to this vector. So we must actually take some cases. So the thing is, if we assume U vector, V vector and W vector, 3 vectors that are perpendicular to 1 comma 1 comma 1. So what's the basic condition? U vector of A vector should be 0, V vector of A vector should be 0, and W vector and A vector should be 0. The dot product must be 0. So if that is the case, I can take U vector as 1 comma minus 1 comma 0 comma 0. So if I just do the if I just do the dot product, the value will be 0. And for this case, I can take the value to be 1 comma 0 comma minus 1 comma 0. And this is also a vector which is actually perpendicular to A vector. And the third condition can be 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma minus 1. Fine. So this is how it works. You can even take the cases minus 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0. Fine. This is also one of the cases that can actually work out. So there are infinite number of possibilities. So we cannot just take any fixed example. There are infinite number of examples. Fine. So these are all some basic things that we need to make sure like we don't stuck upon. So that is the reason, the main reason behind dealing all these questions. And coming to the next question, we have we need to find how long is the vector V is equal to 1 comma 1 comma 1 till 1 in 9-dimensional space. 9-dimensional space. And also we need to find a unit vector U such that, and also in the same direction, as V vector, and we need to also find that unit vector, and a unit vector which is perpendicular to V, vector. Fine. So we need to find a unit vector. So let us assume that to be W. So that which is perpendicular to V vector. So I think we ran out of space. So we can just move to the next part. next page. So like it's a 9-dimensional vector. Fine, it's a 9-dimensional vector. So how do you find it? So anything, the rule is same. The rule is same, that is root over 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square till 9 times, and this is actually root 9. Fine, so this is what we're gonna get. This is the length of that vector, and so uh, root 9, and which is actually equal to 3. Fine, so this is the length of the vector. And now a unit vector, how do we find the unit vector? The same thing, we must divide the vector with its magnitude. So u vector would be v vector divided by the magnitude of v vector. So that is yeah, so that is v vector divided by 3. So this is the unit vector u, which is in the direction of v vector. So this can be written as 1 by 3 comma 1 by 3 comma so till 9 times 1 by 3. And now we need to find another vector, w vector, which is in 8D. Fine, which is in 8D. So we must actually understand that if this is a 9D space, right? This is a 9D, and we need to find a 8D. So if we consider this as if we consider this as a plane, consider this as a plane, then this would be hyperplane. Fine, hyperplane is like one less than the I mean the dimension need to be subtracted by 1. So we are taking 9D, so now the hyperplane would be 8D, and this must be perpendicular to this. Like hyperplane, the condition for hyperplane is not that the hyperplane is just plane with dimension 1 less than the original plane that we have taken. And now we need to find the plane, a vector, w vector in hyperplane which is perpendicular to u bar. So there can be infinite conditions as told. So you can just take one condition, that is 1 comma minus 1 comma 0 8 times, like these are 2 times and this is 6, okay, divided by so this is root 2. Fine, this also must be unit vector. Fine, this also must be unit vector. So that is a reason I've divided by root over 1 plus 1, that is root 2. Now you can just multiply them. You can just multiply them, and you can see that it is actually 0. So for example, you can just multiply them. This is 1 by 3 root 2 and minus 1 by 3 root 2. So this is equal to 0. So that is a, so that's it. You can even take an extra 1. No, extra 1 doesn't work out. You can just put 1 comma 1 comma 2. No, that also doesn't work out. So like we can actually consider many cases, like we can just put 1 comma 0 comma minus 1 0. So this is 3 times and this is 5 times. Yeah, 6 plus 2 equals 5. Yeah, and this is root 2. Yeah, this is also a vector which is actually perpendicular to the u vector. So there are infinite cases as told before. So we are done with this question. So this is all for today. So in our today's class, we actually covered like some examples which will be useful in revising, help us in revising all the basic concepts. In the next video, we'll be discussing some other problems like advanced level problems in this stuff, and then we'll move on to the next concept. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned.